Have you ever fallen in love with a game only to realize that it's a specific mechanic or feature that's driving your obsession? Maybe it's the satisfaction of collecting and upgrading gear, or maybe it's the addiction of collecting a plethora of characters. Whatever it is, chances are there are other games out there that share these mechanics. In this video, we're going to take a look at a few games that capture some of the feel of Genshin Impact. So let's get started. At number 7, we have Craftopia, developed by Pocket Pair. You may have heard of their other game, the one with Pokemon and guns. Craftopia is an open-world RPG that drops you into a mysterious island filled with ancient ruins and hidden temples, and more crafting materials than you can shake a stick at. Trust me, you're probably going to need a lot of materials because, well, it's right there in the name, craft. Yeah, there is a lot of crafting. Now, while crafting is a big focus of the game, it's not the only aspect to it, so what makes Craftopia a great alternative to Genshin Impact? Well, for starters, the combat can be fun. It can be a bit floaty at times, but there's lots of variety with weapons and magic. Also, you'll take down some fierce monsters. Now, let's talk about the gear for a moment. Who doesn't love gear, right? Who doesn't love collecting weapons and armor? There's a fair bit of variety in the clothing and armor options that you can get in Craftopia. Or maybe you just want to wear a sweet baseball cap. If you want something with that anime feel and has some great exploration, then Craftopia may not be a bad option for you. I mean, you've got the freedom to explore a massive open world, taking on quests, battling monsters along the way. It's got a very laid-back vibe, and you won't ever feel rushed to get something done. Because it can be played single player, you move at your own pace. You can spend some time farming, or just chill out building your own town, or just spend some time exploring and trying to find some of the collectibles that are hidden around the world. These hidden collectibles, by the way, help you upgrade your skills and abilities. If you are looking for a game that scratches that open world exploration itch, then Craftopia is worth checking out. At number 6, we have Sword Art Online, Lost Song. Lost Song is an action RPG that is based on the popular Sword Art Online anime series. It offers a unique gaming experience. In Lost Song, you can play as multiple characters from the series, each with their own abilities and playstyles. You can choose from a huge roster of characters to fill out your 3-person team. While you can build a team of 3, you only get to control one character. The AI handles the others. Each character needs to be leveled up individually and can unlock skills and abilities as they do so. Now, I know what you are thinking. Is the story any good? And honestly, it's not bad. I mean, it's not going to win any awards or anything, and I think there may be a reason why these games can seem kind of niche. But it is a solid adaptation of the anime. You'll get to see your favorite characters in a new light, if you are into that kind of thing. And the voice acting is actually pretty good. Well, I think it is anyway. They're all speaking in Japanese, so I actually don't really know. They could be terrible for all I know, so maybe don't listen to a random internet stranger's opinion on this one. But, and this is a huge but, the story is often told in a visual novel style. I mean, I get it. It's an anime game and that's very common. But come on, can't we get more interactive storytelling experiences in these games? Well, that may be a bit frustrating. It's not really a deal breaker in my opinion. The action combat and the abilities, along with the exploration and flying, will more than make up for any annoyance with the story or its presentation, and it's a worthwhile experience overall. At number 5, we have the Trials of Mana remake. Trials of Mana might be from the SNES era, but it shares a lot of the same DNA as Genshin Impact. You've got a similar blend of exploration, combat, and character customization, albeit with a more traditional JRPG twist. The game takes place in a fantasy world where you can play as a cast of characters, each with their own unique abilities and playstyles. You can choose from 6 protagonists, each with their own storylines. As you progress through the game, you can upgrade your skills, switch between classes, and even combine abilities to create a devastating attack. Sound similar? You've got a solid action RPG system with light and heavy attacks, which feels really satisfying to play. The animations are super well done, with a lot of flair and personality. It's not as flashy as Genshin Elemental reactions or character ultimates, but it's got its own unique charm. The combat system is about timing and strategy. You'll need to dodge enemy attacks, use your abilities wisely, and switch between characters to take down tough enemies. It's a bit more of a methodical approach than Genshin, but it can be very satisfying. Oh, and here's a neat thing. When you change classes, your character's costume changes too. If you are into that kind of thing, it's a nice touch. So, if you're a fan of Genshin Impact, you'll want to check this one out. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on this one. At number 4, we have Granblue Fantasy Relink. Granblue Fantasy takes place in the Sky Realm, a world where myriad islands float in a great blue expanse. You know those seizure warnings they place in games? Well, Granblue may be the reason for that. Your eyes will be assaulted by a lot of visual flair. Relink features fast-paced, real-time combat with a party of 4, each with their own unique weapons, skills, and combat styles. Since Relink is based on a free-to-play gacha game, it already captures the similar feel of Genshin. You'll have a large roster of characters that you'll need to unlock, although there are no gacha systems to unlock them here. Now, if you like grinding, then this is the game for you. It really shows its heritage. There are some huge skill trees here. Each character has 2 huge skill trees, plus another group of skills that are tied to their weapons, which is also a huge grind. Something that I really like about this game is that each character feels very different. They each have a special system or mechanic that you need to utilize when you play them. Another important aspect to note is their burst system. Once all of your team fill up a special gauge, you can unleash a powerful and very flashy burst attack. At number 3, we have One Piece, Pirate Warriors 4. I guess I could have included any of the Warriors-styled games here, but this is one of the better ones. Pirate Warriors 4 is an action beat-em-up. Some of you may be familiar with some of the other games in the Warriors franchise, like Dynasty Warriors or Samurai Warriors. The game's combat system is all about taking down hordes of enemies with style and flair, using a variety of powerful attacks and abilities. Some people may be turned off by the one versus an army-styled gameplay, but the power fantasy that this game provides really scratches a special itch that we sometimes have. Also, if we want to talk about collecting a plethora of characters, then we need look no further. Pirate Warriors 4 has an absolutely massive amount of characters for you to unlock and try. There are too many characters for me to even fit into this little clip, but trust me, there are a lot. Speaking of characters, leveling up abilities is a little different in this game. As you play, you'll unlock various coins that are used to upgrade your abilities. Each character has 3 maps of abilities and skills that can be leveled up. By leveling up your characters this way, you'll be able to take on some of the tougher challenges the game has to offer, like more challenging difficulties or some of the more challenging maps. There's also the ability for some characters to unlock a special transform skill, where they turn into a stronger, beefed-up version with increased damage. So if you are looking for some mindless fun, with lots of content to unlock or grind, this game has it. Just keep in mind the fact that you may not get a lot of variety in maps. This really is about one person taking on an army, and it really leans into it. At number 2, we have Scarlet Nexus. Scarlet Nexus is an action RPG played from a third-person perspective. You'll take on the role of either Yuito Sumeragi or Kasane Randall, members of the Other Suppression Force, tasked with defending the city of New Himuka from monstrous creatures known as the Others. Both Yuito and Kasane have the ability of psychokinesis, which allows them to hurl objects and debris at enemies. It's a really cool twist on traditional combat mechanics. As you progress, you'll meet new party members who will join you in battle, each with their own unique abilities. And through the Brain Link ability, you can even acquire their powers for yourself. When doing this, your attacks will take on the special element of your party members, and can use that in combination with some environmental objects to create status effects onto the enemy, such as throwing an object with water at the enemy, then attacking them with electricity to stun them. At number 1, we have Ys 9, Monstrum Nox. It is an action RPG with a strong focus on exploration and combat. You'll take on the role of Errol Kristen, a legendary adventurer, as he explores the city of Balduk and uncovers its dark secret. You have the ability to control multiple main characters with unique playstyles and skills, which adds a lot of depth to the gameplay. The fact that you can switch between them on the fly makes it even more dynamic, with the use of SP to unleash special attacks and the ability to restore it by landing hits or not attacking, adds a layer of strategy to the game. And with the boost mode, you can temporarily gain an advantage in battle, which is a lot of fun. This one, I believe, best captures the feel of Genshin Impact. You have multiple characters you can unlock and switch through, each with their ultimate attacks. The exploration is very fun and engaging, either by running up the walls, gliding, or using a grapple hook. It makes traveling its world a lot of fun. If you are craving a game with good exploration and a lot of fun mechanics, then I highly suggest you check this one out. These were 7 games that I felt were similar to Genshin Impact that would be worth your time. I hope you liked the video. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a comment and a like. It would really help out. Thank you.